I hear somebody say, "Oh, he's cute. I want him." So when I heard that, I turned around like, "Man, did he just say that? Man, you got all this jewelry to attract some men in here? You wild." Shocked me, but sure enough,
And that was the guy that Busta Rhymes pulled back?
he pulled him into the section. Pulled him into the section, and then they walled him off like this man. I'm like, damn. And that little dude was so happy, he couldn't believe that. He was.
Busta Rhymes is hot under the collar right now. Word is he's allegedly pressing 50 Cent over some explosive footage tied to 50's new Diddy documentary, and the streets are buzzing about it. Everybody knows 50's been stacking receipts on Diddy for years, especially around those infamous FO parties. And this latest move sounds like the loudest one yet. What's got Busta looking nervous, you ask?
We made love. We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you see Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker try to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
What's that name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's a gusher. And
why you not naming those?
I'm telling you, bro. It's my dad's friends. My dad sent his baddest friends on me.
Who's your dad?
Lucifer.
Whispers say there's actual video catching him smack in the center of the madness with Diddy, and the chatter is getting louder by the day. A while back, Busta's former bodyguard, Big Homie CC, popped out with bold claims that Busta's been into fun boys for years, saying the nightlife always knew the vibe and kept it quiet. According to him, when Busta would pull up, promoters allegedly lined VIP with grown men to keep him entertained, and the whole circuit treated it like normal background noise. Now the rumor mill says 50 might be holding hard proof, and that's got the internet on edge. Insiders insist there's a clip from one of Diddy's parties showing Busta and Diddy caught in a full-on freak-off with multiple men. And those men are rumored to be adult workers Diddy personally brought in for the night. The footage is described as wild but unmistakable, the kind of video that turns whispers into headlines in a heartbeat. It doesn't stop there.
These sensitive ass that just came out of this little, I don't know where they come from, but niggas be getting wild emotional. Niggas be turning into big super police. Just be trying to have fun.
Busta ever try to phone me, hit you with no delay, so what you saying, yo? Should have with that 9 milli, what the devil, yo? Yeah, I do his better than him. He better not play with me. I will and perform Busta Rhymes show.
Do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now.
I'm walking through the crowd and somebody grabs my hand. Just softly put their hand in my hand and just holding it. So I look, and I see this big chain that said flip mode. I look up and it's Busta Rhymes.
Don't say that on here. They call them fun boys. They'll say, we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us.
Do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
But was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s, and Keefy D said he paid him to Tupac.
Yeah.
It's a little, like, you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docuseries that went to Tubi, but
Several men are now stepping forward saying Busta allegedly made inappropriate moves, claiming he kept trying to pull them into after-hours situations that felt way too close to Diddy's style. One even says Busta kept pressing him to come party with the crew. Component placement in that line alone is turning comment sections into battle zones. With 50 spearheading a tell-all Netflix doc, these alleged threats aren't slowing a thing. If anything, they might guarantee Busta an even bigger chapter in the film, which is exactly what he doesn't want right now. So what's really on that hard drive that's got him rattled, and why push so hard to keep it buried if it's just talk? Something sounds ready to pop off any minute. And of course, 50 wasn't about to bite his tongue. Right before both of them hit the humor and harmony comedy fest stage, he slid in with some next-level trolling that felt like a joke and a warning wrapped in one. He started clowning, saying Busta might pop out in that infamous yellow leather fit from the 1999 MTV VMAs. Yeah, that one, the Timeline classic.
On up. And I was like, bet. So, of course, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes is one of my favorite artists.
50 even threw the throwback on his socials with the caption, "Busta cannot wear this to humor and harmony. Busta, I don't care who made the outfit. You gotta come with some fly-ish to Shreveport, LOL." And the internet went nuts.
I seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before
Oh yeah.
in some of your videos.
Oh yeah. Super zest monster. For sure, bro. That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, you know, we gotta bring some we gotta bring some, what they call them, I'm not gonna say it on here. They call them fun boys. They'll say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Cause you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface before. You feel me? And being around him, you hear things. You feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan. You feel me? Like, every cookout she playing it. All his little fast rapping, all of that, him and Craig Mack playing.
Busta wasn't about to let that slide. He fired back with an AI-made pic of 50 looking wild and dropped the caption, "I keep telling y'all the blessings don't stop, so we ain't never gonna stop. I thought it was Father's Day, 50 Cent, and you out here looking like this. Don't let me find out this how you be in the mirror preparing your look for Shreveport." The jokes were flying and the comments were spicy. At first it read like harmless trolling, two legends having fun for the crowd. But now the whispers are getting louder and folks are saying 50 wasn't just joking. He might actually be holding footage that ties Busta to some messy late-night moments with Diddy, allegedly. Before we even get to the supposed tapes, there's that other chatter about what went on in Busta's VIP, and it's got people uneasy. His former bodyguard, Big Homie CC, sat with the art of dialogue and went all in. He labeled Busta a super zest monster.
Documentary comes out called Quiet on Set.
I never had to work for Nickelodeon. I work for Disney. We don't do those things.
oh man, not the exhale.
Well, shout out to Nick Cannon. I won't do his money like that. What I will do is I'll say that the owner of Nickelodeon is Jeffrey Epstein. The guy that they've been trying to follow. And okay, now look at the characteristics of everything they said, and then look at everything that he did.
Sure.
I'm not gonna do that to Nick's money though. That's my brother.
His words, not ours. And claimed Busta's vibes around younger-looking adults had been suspect for years, strictly in adult spaces. This thing is snowballing fast, and if whatever 50 is sitting on turns out to be real, it could blow the roof off the whole situation, on cam and in court of public opinion alike. Until then, it's all allegations, but the streets love receipts. Big Homie CC also said this was one of those so-called industry open secrets, especially among promoters who book high-profile nights. Allegedly, when Busta was on the flyer, some promoters already knew the play, make sure VIP had entertainment, meaning consenting adults, and not the usual bottle parade because the energy was different, supposedly.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How come you think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matter most to them. That matters so much to people. It's crazy. Like, But if you notice, like, there's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Why you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section. That ain't weird to nobody. I'm going to the bar, sorry. Text me if it get dangerous. But there's all this club security in here, like nothing's finna happen. Nobody wanna you guys, bro. Like when I get jobs from people who really got a threat on their life, I move way different. But man, you ask, bro, anybody that's in the mix, bro, like you know, bro. Most of these dudes, bro, putting on a major act. They don't wanna be themselves.
It's crazy.
They'll get mad at you for buying bottles of champagne to get the girls. They'll get mad, oh, we don't want these bottle rats in our section. What are we here for? Why are y'all here then? What are y'all here for? Just because y'all got booked to be here, okay, but sometimes they not booked. They just in there. So, and what they looking for, it ain't gonna be what you thinking of, on God.
He even told a story about a club night with actor-model Don Benjamin and one of Don's friends, a gay man, and claimed that once Busta noticed the friend, the focus shifted instantly. According to him, Busta allegedly pulled the man into VIP, kept him close all night, and made it clear he wanted him to stick around, all adults involved. Big Homie said it wasn't a one-off. He painted it like routine, the kind of thing promoters anticipated whenever Busta touched down. The way he tells it, if Busta locked in on somebody, that was it. Security kept the circle tight, the section stayed curated, and the night moved on his tempo, all in adult-only settings, allegedly. Big Homie says Busta kept calling that man cute all night and made it crystal clear he wasn't letting him leave VIP. Once you were inside, there was no easy exit, at least that's how he tells it. Then he pushed it further, claiming the industry been hip to Busta's true preferences for 10 plus years. Easy. And when folks asked why nobody aired it out sooner, his reply was short and sharp. Everybody wants to be in that VIP section with Busta. That line had people stunned. Just when it sounded maxed out, Big Homie tossed one more grenade that barely gets daylight, and he swears it's the heaviest claim of them all. He didn't stop at club talk. He dove into something way deeper, alleging Busta has a history of putting hands on women and hinting there might be a personal reason behind it.
Walking, New York City, going to a club. It was Halloween weekend, everybody was out. And it was this party we was going to, me, my boy, and his friend that had came in from Detroit. And I'm walking across the street and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. And he holding my hand. Now, I ain't know it was Busta at first. Busta Rhymes tall. I'm sure I came up to about right here. So the first thing I noticed was this big flip mode chain that was blinding me. So I look at the chain and I look up, I'm like, oh, what's up, Busta? What's up? Now he holding my hand the whole time. I'm like, what's up, man? Like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, me and my people, we about to go to this club around the corner. What's up, man? Got my hand.
According to Big Homie, he suspects Busta could be dealing with private conflicts like some closeted men, building resentment that spills over into bad behavior toward women. All of this is his allegation, not proven fact. Thinking it's just a bodyguard chasing clout, he says tap the brakes. He claims a lineup of grown men stepped up with their own wild stories about Busta over the years. Back in 2020, social media personality Trip Ali hit YouTube saying Busta personally tried to scoop him in NYC while he was headed to a Halloween function, and that's when the night flipped. Trip says Busta invited him to VIP. At first, normal club energy, nothing wild. Then the vibe went left quick. He and his homie got into it heavy over pulling up to Busta's spot, and the argument spilled into the street with real heat. No chill at all. Trip says he was so shaken he scrapped the club plan altogether, and his friend dipped, leaving him stuck in the middle of NYC, solo. Looking back, he even calls it a blessing in disguise. With all the whispers about what goes down in that VIP, he figured skipping the scene might have saved him from some messy drama he didn't need. By 2021, the rumor mill spun up again, chatter that Busta was outside, allegedly trying to link with men once more. Then it turned even noisier when paparazzi were said to have caught him leaving a Pride event with a trans woman. And yes, that had timelines doing backflips, even though none of it proves anything by itself. Before the dust settled, Orlando Brown jumped in and sent shockwaves, claiming he'd been with multiple industry men and stirring the pot even more. This whole Busta situation keeps twisting up with new allegations by the minute, and until receipts drop, it's all claims, all adult parties, and a lot of loud whispers. A lot of folks still brush off Orlando Brown when he goes on those wild rants, but peep his more recent interviews and he sounds way more locked in, actually breaking things down with clarity that low-key makes sense. Rumors about Busta possibly being on the down low are one thing, but the bigger convo is his history of hands-on blow-ups over petty drama, which keeps popping up in public records and reports. His legal turbulence didn't start yesterday. It stretches back to 2006, when prosecutors tried to tag him with a weapons case after a street run-in, and according to Billboard, he allegedly had a machete tucked in the ride, which had everybody doing double takes. By 2007, trouble circled back. He caught a misdemeanor after allegedly roughing up his own driver during a money dispute, then later pleaded guilty in both matters and took 3 years probation, but the chaos kept spinning. In 2009, the New York Post ran an expose after Busta reportedly shelled out $75,000 to a fan who said things went left. The claim was he launched water bottles and a Bodyguard socked the fan, and suddenly a regular night turned into a payout headline. The fan says he pulled up hoping to see Fabulous, but when Fab didn't show, he stood to leave during Busta's set. And that's when Busta allegedly snapped, yelling, "Get down, I'm not good enough for you," before tossing 2 more bottles and letting security handle business, which turned the whole venue tense in seconds. With a temper like that on record, people aren't shocked. He's been close with Diddy since the 90s. And the chatter isn't just about anger issues. The rumor mill keeps pairing their names around preferences for younger-looking adults, all consenting and all alleged, which is why these two get mentioned in the same breath so often. This story keeps twisting deeper by the day, and until clear receipts surface, it's a storm of old cases, new whispers, and a lot of eyes watching for the next shoe to drop.
History pertaining to Diddy. How closely are you paying attention to his case, the allegations?
I don't pay attention to none of it. I just kind of like to pay attention to the truth. I don't really like to speak on situations that I'm not well versed in, and that's not really my situation. You know what I'm saying? But I wish the best for everyone involved. God bless everyone involved. And, you know, I think that we should all kind of be a little more mindful of how much we speak on other things when it's as sensitive as this. People don't keep in mind the effect of what their opinion can have. And I think it's really, really important that we reserve our opinions until we understand what the undisputed truth is.
Have you had the chance to speak to Diddy?
I spoke to him a few times before, like, it got a little out of control. A lot of the times when people are going through things, you gotta respect the space and the privacy that they need to process how they're gonna deal with the things that they're going through. I just wanna see the right end result for everyone.
Busta's whole stance around this Diddy storm is looking extra suspect right now, because when those first allegations started bubbling, he jumped out front telling folks to hold off on judgment and keep their opinions tucked, which had timelines side-eyeing him from the jump. Why even say that if you weren't low-key defending the homie, especially with claims this serious, DVSA, multiple alleged victims, and whispers about younger-looking adults in the mix, all of it still alleged and under heavy scrutiny by the public and the press. Fast forward to right now. The scandal's fully erupted with federal raids, stacks of lawsuits piling up, and word of an official indictment. And suddenly Busta's moving like he barely knows Diddy, ducking questions, switching topics, and going quiet like he was never part of that orbit. Let's keep it 100. That dodge won't last forever, because Street Talk says 50 Cent's upcoming Diddy documentary is about to start naming names, and Busta Rhymes is allegedly on that call sheet, which is why the energy around him feels tense and jittery. If there's one thing we know about 50, it's that he doesn't forget a thing. He's one of the few who straight up refused to party with Diddy, peeped the vibe early, and kept his distance. But that never stopped him from clocking who kept saying yes to those exclusive invites and who kept circling back for after hours. Now, it's his moment. 50's coming with receipts, timestamps, and witnesses, and this Netflix doc is rumored to rattle the entire industry. No filters, no protection, just whatever the cameras caught and what people are finally ready to put on record. If Busta's really got skeletons rattling around, this could be the night they crash out the closet loud. Because once names hit a documentary, The internet turns into investigators overnight, and every clip gets slowed down, zoomed in, and replayed 1,000 times. People have been whispering for years about certain rappers allegedly having wild nights around Diddy, and insiders keep saying Busta's name is in that stack. And while there's no official release date yet, what's locked in is G-Unit Films and Television Inc. is producing it, and the drop is headed straight to Netflix. So when it lands, the timeline's gonna explode and every rumor will get put under a microscope. Even more wild, it's being directed by none other than Alex Stapleton, an Emmy Award-winning filmmaker and executive producer. So this isn't just chatter, it's a polished, no-holds-barred expose with real receipts. Here's where it gets extra messy. Busta already knows what's on the horizon, according to folks close to him, and they say he's been moving real nervous behind the scenes, allegedly pulling strings and even reaching out to 50 with warnings like, "Keep my name out of it." If you know 50 Cent, then you know how that usually goes. The harder you try to silence him, the harder he applies pressure. So those warnings probably did the opposite and poured gas on 50's fire. And if Busta really is tangled up in Diddy's chaos, there's no universe where 50 edits him out now, especially if he believes the receipts are strong. So here's the million-dollar question. What's Busta so worried about for real? If there's nothing to hide, why not shrug it off and keep it pushing like it's nothing? The fact that he's allegedly scrambling behind closed doors has timelines raising eyebrows and connecting dots. What's your read? Is Busta just getting dragged by association? Or is there actually something he's trying to keep under wraps allegedly? And do you think 50's documentary is about to blow the roof off the industry once and for all? Sound off in the comments and drop your take. We want to hear it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs the tea, because the next updates might be the wildest ones yet. See you on the next one. It's only getting crazier from here, so stay locked in.